No question, one of the greatest inventions in the world of professional fishing, or even just casual fishing, has been the shallow water anchor. And Powerpole, one of the first on the scenes, 15 years ago, hard to believe. We caught up with Dan Benson here in the booth. What's up, Dan?
How you doing?
You having a good time at ICAST 2014?
You bet, we love ICAST.
For those that don't know what a Powerpole is, we have guys on tour all the time that say, man, I couldn't have sight fished, I couldn't have stayed where I wanted to stay without my Powerpoles. Kind of explain what it is and just the technology behind it. I think it's brilliant.
Well, 15 years ago, Powerpole was developed about an hour down the road in Tampa, Florida, to stalk redfish. Since then, the bass world has taken it over. They've taken one Powerpole to two Powerpoles on a boat to really help with boat positioning. We've gone from a wired system to a fully wireless system. We've come out with hand controllers, foot switches, dash switches. I can simply double tap this button right here. The Powerpole is going to go down all wirelessly, sink into the floor, stop my boat. Basically, you can catch, you can cull, all without moving.
Yeah.
You get there with your trolling motor, but once you find that sweet spot, you can't drift into it, you can't disturb the bottom. So the Powerpole has really come on the scene in competitive bass fishing.
Right.
But now, out for everybody else, has realized you need to stop your boat to catch more fish.
Is there a certain depth where this really works? I mean, is there like a minimum you got to get to before it really is working?
Well, we have poles that range anywhere from as shallow as 4 foot for the real skinny guys stalking the tarpon and bonefish in the Florida Keys, all the way up to 10 foot deep, you know, for your deeper lakes up north, your walleye, your smallmouth fishermen. It seems like our best-selling size, even with the introduction of the 10-footer, is the 8-footer. It dominates all the bass tours. It seems like when guys go shallow, they're 5 foot or less, and they're really 3 foot or less, trying to pin themselves down, silently stalk fish, stalk bass in shallow water.
Well, it's an awesome piece of equipment. I know 15 years, hard to believe, Powerpole has had this out, and they come in a lot of different colors. Now here's what's cool, kind of the brains behind what makes the Powerpole work so well is called the Sea Monster. You guys have, kind of taken this to another step here coming up in 2015?
That is, 3-4 years ago, we developed our wireless system called the Sea Monster. Next year, for 2015, we're going to take it to a whole nother level with Sea Monster 2.0. What that does, not only can you run it on an Android phone, like today with Sea Monster 1, but Sea Monster 2 brings it into that iOS market. You can run your Powerpole up and down with the touch of a button.
Whoa.
I can stop it anywhere.
Yeah.
I can take my speed, dial it way down here. If I have a really wary fish on the bed and I don't need to go in with full power, I can slow it down, hit the button, really creep up on that fish, not spook her off her spot. She got big for a reason. So we need to outsmart that fish.
Now that is super cool, but I know not everyone is going to be fishing with a mobile device in their hand.
That's true.
So there are some other settings and some useful things in this that I think is kind of cool as well.
Yes, the most important thing about Sea Monster 2.0 is not to fish with a cell phone in your hand. It's to customize your settings to either how is the weather going to be that day, or what type of angler am I, what's my angling style. But what really gets into Sea Monster 2.0 are cool things such as RSSI. I can check my remote signal strength on any of my remote controls in the boat to optimize my performance. We on Sea Monster 2.0, we're going from a 400 megahertz signal all the way up to 900. So as far as your range and your clarity, everything's going to be better. Faster processors, it's all going to compute itself 10 times faster with two-way communication between the pump and the remote control.
What about anti-theft? Is there something in there for that?
That's the coolest thing about Sea Monster 2.0. It has a theft recovery device. When you get your Powerpole, you log on with your app. You register your warranty. I know who you are. I know your cell phone. If you call us and say, hey, my Powerpole just got stolen, we can watch your Powerpole, and if anybody fires up their app and logs onto your Powerpole, we can alert authorities. They can then pinpoint who logged onto your pump and get your poles back.
That's great stuff.
Now the fish and the people aren't safe from a Powerpole.
Well, we live in an environment, no matter what the product is, the technology is making it where everyone wants to customize the user experience. It doesn't matter if it's something online or clothes you wear or devices like this. We want what we want, and you guys have certainly done that. So if I were to run off with this Powerpole and go put it in my boat, you probably at some point would know, wouldn't you?
I could find you pretty quick.
Yeah, okay. All right, we're not going to do that. So this is going to be hitting markets into 2014?
2015, the Sea Monster 2.0 will hit the market.
You got it. Right there. You heard it right here at ICAST. Dan Benson with Powerpole, been around 15 years, happy anniversary to them. Make sure you check out the Sea Monster portion. This is good stuff heading into 2015.